Hi and welcome students. In this Windows 10 tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to customize your taskbar. Let's get started. So on your blank Windows desktop, you'll notice the taskbar is this black bar down here at the bottom. I've basically removed everything from this area so that I could show you exactly what I put onto my taskbar as well as how I customize it. So the first thing that you'll notice is that I don't have any programs or anything showing up down here. Now typically I use the taskbar to use it as a shortcut for all of my favorite programs. These are programs that I use at least weekly. Okay, if you don't use a program weekly, I don't recommend adding it to your taskbar. Okay, because it'll just end up taking space down here and it'll look confusing. So what I do is the first thing that I want to do is right click on the taskbar, and then that'll give you all of your taskbar options. Now I'll show you how I have mine customized and why I customize it this way. Up here you'll see toolbars. Okay, up here in this toolbars area, if I click on address, you'll see that it adds this little address box down here. If I type in www.google.com and I press enter, it's going to bring up a web page straight to Google. Okay, now this one is in Internet Explorer because that's the default internet browser that I have on my computer. But if you like this tool, then you could just add this right down here. And if you click on this, it'll show you other places that you could go to as well, including your user account and also your folders. Okay, now typically I just open up a browser. I don't really like this taking up space down here, so I leave it turned off. Okay, and you also have options here for other toolbars to links and desktop. Down here, you'll also see that this is Cortana. This is how you search on Windows 10. I leave this hidden. The reason that I leave this hidden is because you could actually search for a program or a file just by using the start menu. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So right here it says show Cortana icon or show search box. I'll just do the search box here and you'll see how much space this takes up down here. I don't like how much space it takes up. So if I type something in here like Excel, you guys will see Excel pops up right there. Now, that's fine. A lot of people use this to search on Windows 10, but I don't really like it. And the reason I don't like it is because I could do that very easily, find Excel, by hitting the Windows key and just typing, right? It looks like I'm typing in here, and I can see my search, and it pops up right there, but all I really did was I pressed the Windows key and started typing. So let's try it without the Cortana search box here. If I right-click on the taskbar and remove the Cortana search box by going to hidden, you'll see that if I hit the Windows key and type Excel, it does the exact same thing. So really that search box is kind of irrelevant because you could just hit the Windows key and start typing immediately and it'll give you the same result. So that's why I leave that search box hidden. Down here, you have your other things like your task view button. Okay, this one will probably be on by default on your computer when you have Windows 10. If you click on it, it shows you all of your different apps that you currently have open and your desktop and all things like that. I always leave that button unchecked. Okay. Down here you also have people, Windows link, and touch keyboard button. If you say you needed a touch keyboard button, that's actually right over here on the right side. And it'll pop up with this touch keyboard button. Okay, now this is useful for touch screens or if you don't have a keyboard, but since I have a keyboard, I leave that unchecked. Okay, next thing you'll see here is that I lock all taskbars, and that basically locks it into this spot. And so now we're ready to really start customizing this taskbar area. So you guys will see that the one program that I have down here is OBS. That's what I'm using to record this video. Anytime that I have a program open, it will have the icon listed here, as well as a light blue bar down at the bottom. Okay, so the first thing that I want to add to my taskbar is File Explorer. So I'm going to hit the Windows key and I'm going to type in File Explorer. As I start to type it, you'll see File Explorer will pop up right here. And all I have to do is right click on it and go to Pin to Taskbar. And that's going to populate it right after OBS. Okay, and so you'll see right there, there it is. Okay, now eventually I'm going to show you how to move these around, but for right now I added File Explorer. Now the goal of this is to basically add the programs that you use all the time. So I know that I'm going to be using internet browsers pretty regularly, so I'm going to add Firefox as well. So I hit the Windows key, I type in Firefox, I right click, and I go Pin to Taskbar. And you'll see Firefox will be displayed. Now I can delete Firefox, or sorry, not delete it, but press backspace a couple times. And if I start to type in Chrome, there's Chrome, and I can actually right click and add Chrome to my taskbar. I'll add one more internet browser, and I'll add Edge. And so we have Microsoft Edge right there. Right click, pin to taskbar. So again, all I'm doing is pressing backspace to back out of my search and then typing in my new programs. Now remember, we're pinning programs down here, not files. Okay, so I use Word a lot. Right click, pin to taskbar. Excel, right click, pin to taskbar. Access, right click, pin to taskbar. Now I'm going to start showing you how to move these around. Okay, as soon as I get PowerPoint in here, right click, pin to taskbar. Okay, so again, these are all programs that I use all the time. I also use the snipping tool regularly for taking screenshots. So I right click, pin to taskbar. There's my snipping tool. And finally, OBS, I use that pretty regularly as well whenever I record. So I could right click on that. Even down here, you can right click and go pin to taskbar. Okay. Now the cool thing is you can move these around. So I'm going to grab OBS by clicking and dragging it over to the right. Now notice that you could tell which programs are actually open because they have a blue bar under them. If I click on, say, Word, it's going to open up Microsoft Word. Okay. And you'll notice that Word is right here, OBS is right here. The reason that Word is a little bit lighter is because that is our active window. Notice that OBS does not have that light shade around it. So to go onto OBS, I would have to click right there to go into that. So remember, the goal with the taskbar is to have your most used programs that you use at least once a week down here. And so it should be organized in a way that's easy for you to remember. So I did File Explorer first, then my internet browsers, then my Microsoft Office suite, and then other things like Snipping Tool and OBS, which I also use regularly. So hopefully this video has explained a little bit more about how the taskbar works and how you can customize your taskbar on your computer to make it as efficient as possible. One more benefit is that putting the programs into the taskbar allows you to just single click on the program in order to open it up rather than having to type to search it or double click within the desktop. So hopefully this video has been helpful. If it has, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and have a nice day.